let alone as worldwide protests rage and tension continue to mount global, statements have to be made. Even if just for a few moments, the world required a moment of pause. Feel the inconvenience, the resentment, and the painful emotion that, though unreflective magnitude of what Brianna and other families currently feel, offer a glimpse into the disruption caused by the Greeted by a gun-wielding bigot and others hurling insults and death threats, Black Lives Matter Louisville organizers, artists, accomplices, and allies took part in an action that this does Monday morning. Monday morning, a caravan of vehicles rode along the Louisville waterfront towards the 2nd Street Bridge. Activists then surrounded the bridge to allow space to construct a beautiful ofrenda created by local Black artists as a memorial to Breonna Taylor and those lost to police brutality. Embracing and surrounding this, Black artists as a memorial to Breonna Taylor and those lost to police brutality. Embracing and surrounding the structure were voices chanting in solidarity, chanting for justice, for compassion, and community support. They surrounded the altar and draped it with a beautiful cloth that read, "Rest in Power," and adorned the altar with candles and flowers in memory of those lost to police, correctional, and racism-related violence. As Breonna Taylor is memorialized as ofrenda, her portrait on a beautiful display of bright yellow banner is hung on the bridge. On each side of the banner are faces victims of unscrupulous acts at the hands of Louisville Police Department, Louisville Metro Department of Corrections, and other law enforcement entities, displayed on individual sunflower seeds. Gianna McMillan, Corey Boyton, Devanya Jordan, Darnell Wicker, Ben Benyon, David Yaya Baptiste. Janaya McMillan, I'm sorry about that. Brianna is adorned in a crown of flowers that reads, "They tried to bury me. They didn't know I was a seed. The revolution is here." In the spirit of mourning, this action sees regular day-to-day customs to remind us all that though our lives continue, Brianna's, Yaya's, and countless others do not. We cannot allow their murders to be overlooked. A few minutes or hours of a commute cannot compare to the voids left by lives taken too soon. A few hours for a bite, to run errands, family trips, or commerce mean absolutely nothing compared to the now 125 days and counting that Brianna's loved ones have waited for answers, all the while simultaneously seeing and hearing smear campaigns waged against her while they grieve. Ultimately, the protesters were arrested and subjected to the same maltreatment they were advocating against. Undaunted, they'll continue fighting for justice. Black Lives Matter has no further statement regarding this protest action.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you to the brave souls that were on that action. We want to lift up the next piece of this work. These next few pieces that we'll be talking about will be the last time that we'll be talking about these things, as they are a clear distraction to the work that is at hand. There has been over 6 years in this current movement and over 25 years in this work against police accountability as well as abolition, and that's what we need to stay focused on. So the next
organization, various members of our group and our affiliates. False and dangerous narratives have arisen, which have largely been led by the Bail Project Louisville. This organization is a franchise of the National Bail Project, whose mission is to combat mass incarceration, one person at a time, and transform pretrial justice in America. The accusations that have been made about Black Lives Matter Louisville are unequivocally false. These lies are hurtful, highly damaging to the movement, a continuation of right-wing extremist rhetoric,
and a distraction from the attention victims and their families deserve. Our livelihoods, innocent children, and loved ones are threatened. This is unacceptable and goes against the transformative work we move through. At times, our responses to these falsehoods have been less than becoming. We offer no pretext in our apologies for the statements made by those within Black Lives Matter Louisville that took us away from our mission to liberate Black people. These responses have come from the places of deep hurt and feeling betrayed by people who are supposed to be comrades in the fight for justice and equity. Black Lives Matter Louisville and its members have never and will never threaten the life of anyone working for or affiliated with the Black Project Louisville. That's not how we move, nor is it in line with our mission and vision. However, highly confidential screenshots have been shared that breach the anonymity and security of people served by Black Lives Matter Louisville, as well as individuals who support our work. Those screenshots outline the nature of some support people have. Those screenshots outline the nature of some support people have received and included other sensitive information that should be protected. It is Black Lives Matter Louisville stance that those who are violated are within their rights to present their grievances directly to the person who violated them and to ask that it not happen again.
We recognize, respect, and fully understand the eyes of the world remain on Louisville as rage grows around the handling of Breonna Taylor and Yahya McAtee's murder. We know that we have a duty to stay focused and remain committed to transformative justice. We stand by our denial of the accusations that have been made. Additionally, we'd like to remind everyone that a movement such as ours is reliant on a certain amount of discretion. This work we've been divinely appointed to do makes us targets of law enforcement and others who seek to undermine our efforts. Therefore, no, we do not release financial ledgers. We keep hearing the call for receipts, names of those who we've served without consent, and other information that Black Lives Matter Louisville membership uses to protect our solvency in the work that we do. The transparency that people are asking for is demonstrated by how people continue to seek us out to stand with them and for them in their darkest hours. Our work and the people we housed, fed, provided transportation, bailed out, etc., speak for themselves. Many of those people who have already publicly acknowledged how they've been supported, despite the fact that doing so made them vulnerable to maltreatment on many levels and required that they disclose highly personal and confidential information. They shouldn't have felt it necessary to do this. As an organization, we simply can't make these kinds of disclosures. We've paid bails. That information is public and accessible via open records requests. Here again, we will not disclose whose bails have been paid. Among other things, everyone who has been bailed out has pending cases. It would be foolish and extremely detrimental to their defenses to speak on anything related to their situations. Yes, we have been fortunate enough to receive funds from a spectrum of sources for our ongoing work. 12 foundations and counting have seen fit to support Black Lives Matter Louisville's holistic efforts to meet the needs of the community. The money is spent in accordance with donors' wishes and the community's needs.
The people who support us financially do so trusting us to do the work that we have always done with little and no money at all. Accessing large sums of money isn't easy as saying, give me the money. We engage in required protocols with fidelity, which takes time. Hence our need for smaller, more accessible fundraisers to meet immediate critical needs. Most importantly, Black Lives Matter Louisville is not a nonprofit. The Black Project Louisville is, however. Because of this, Black Lives Matter Louisville is not obligated to share its financials. It protects our organization from having to disclose highly confidential information about who, in many cases, have pending child protective services, domestic violence orders, and other legal cases. These people also simply deserve a right to privacy. In keeping with our duty to stay focused, we commit to refraining from further exchanges via social media, in person, etc., with the Black Project Louisville and people who do not act in good faith towards Black Lives Matter Louisville. We will continue to prioritize the work that heals, uplifts, and builds this community through a framework of liberation that our organization is rooted in. We hope other involved parties will make the same commitment. We do not believe Black Lives Matter Louisville is above criticism, and we remain open to conversing with trusted, neutral community partners. We will work with our allies in the community to maintain high ethical standards in the grassroots work that we do, and in holding Black Lives Matter Louisville accountable if we stray from our ultimate mission. We hope the same is true for all who represent themselves as advocates for social justice. We will not make our behavior contingent upon the actions of anyone else but ourselves. We are grateful for the outpouring of love and concern we've been shown. We implore everyone to stay focused, discreet, and vigilant. We have no further statement regarding this matter at this time.
The action at the mayor's press conference will be presented by those that organize that action. So if they care to share, they will share that. What we don't want is a strain of information and then utilizing false information or assumptions whenever actions do occur. And be clear that they are very much targeted and they are on task with the demands that are at hand. And those demands still stand, 4 of them. Fire and pull the pensions of officers who murder people. And there are several than just the 4 who are involved right now. We are also talking about changing the language in which gun violence is perpetrated, especially by the police. If it is not involved, then it will get funded. Trump made sure that. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at funds being delivered to the police based on police terrorism. The other demand that we have is open and transparent investigations. People are wondering why things take so long. Then make sure that you demand that it comes up out of HR HQ. The other demand that we have is to make sure that we are using community as the people who are in charge of a citizens review board, not the mayor's discretion and who he wants to choose to put underneath community oversight. We'll talk about that later. Josh, the last time I'm gonna talk about this too as well is accusations that have come about me. Public claims of abuse and harm have been made about BLM Louisville, many of which mention me perpetrating that harm. I would like to take some time to address not only those claims, but the larger concerns and the principles that guide that work. Believe Black women and families include believing some of the people who have made these claims, no exceptions. While I am not fully aware of how far or deep this harm has been experienced, I do not want to minimize the harm. I take these claims very seriously. I hope that the community takes my claims and concerns seriously as well. I am not aware of the exact specifics of these claims. I would like to open a space to be able to discuss these concerns together to better understand the harms. As we move forward in figuring out how to apply models of transformative justice to help heal, I embrace accountability. I hear the calls for more transparency and accountability. Listening to those calls and acting on them can only make BLM Louisville move forward as an organization towards Black liberation, no exceptions. In BLM Louisville, we do not believe the road to justice is through punishment. We move toward accountability and transformative, not punitive abolition framework. I intend to continue to do this work. I can't imagine and wouldn't want to do any other type of work. I anticipate that my role and the extent of that role will shift. I also recognize that this work is done by a variety of community members inside and outside of BLM Louisville, and the measures taken will simultaneously help repair the harm that has been caused, increase accountability for everyone within the organization, and bring everyone deeper into the liberated future we are all working towards. I would defer to BLM Louisville as an organization to announce the steps that will be made in the future to help the healing. These steps will be a starting point discussed and created by a number of leaders and organizers in the group. As we move towards an organization with more accountability, trust, and love for each other and every member involved. I do want to state that I do this work out of my duty, and I have a commitment to that work. I'm committed to this work for those that I've birthed and those that are given to me. And that's how I'm doing this work. Are there any questions or comments or anything?
That a good step.
We don't really trust government to do anything. They could have did this a long time ago. They could have did this when Duarte was set up. They could have did this when DeMondre was set up. When Shelby was murdered outside of that program last November. A year after that white man was able to go into a program and kill 2 Black people. So we know what it is that they are responsible for. They know what they're responsible for. So they're just sitting up here playing games. They can text, they can call, they can come down and look at protesters all they want to, but they know exactly who's playing what game. And we know who exactly is playing what game as well. And that's why we want to focus on the work. Anybody else? Does anybody have any questions? I don't have any questions. This is so cute. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the what?
Right.
Oh, the chat. I'm sorry. It says, "Hey, I'm a reporter with the local NPR station. I wanted to cover this press conference, but the quality of the feed isn't good enough for me to be able to use it for radio. Can't hear the names of the speakers." Okay, well, go read it in the paper. Hello, Danielle Grady with Leo. What are the names of the women who spoke about the accusations from the Bill Project? Just have them type them in.
The names of the people who spoke about the Bell Project are Aaliyah Gant, Shantae West, and Ari Linton Smith.
You don't feel as like a Christian organization, we have to become like a white or white man organization. It already is. And they take a lot of money, way more money than we've ever brought in, to be able to fund the annihilation of Black life in this country. And yet they were split. They were extremely split around the kids, which actually not even the Yaya situation or Shelby situation. They are extremely split about what happened with kids. Majority of the people who are not income, I'll put it like that, actually wanted to support it. It was really not safe for us to do work with them. Right? So did not bother with that, but that's what was told to us. It's never going to be top level administration of any corporation come out and defend the poor people, Black lives, and brown lives.
And just speaking to that too, we're also working with the family of Shelby Gasway, as Jill said, that was murdered at Kroger in West Louisville. And so we'll be talking later over the course of the next week about his Second Amendment rights and how those weren't honored, juxtaposed to the Kroger killer who was able to take 2 Black lives and remains still standing and alive today right down the street.
Because of the statement that we made about the Bill Project, the part of that leadership has made extremely false, dangerous claims and has prevented us from working in the square, and that's the truth.
How do you know that?
One, we can talk about that. We definitely can talk about that off camera, but we are definitely there. Since supplies and our members are. If we're finished, we'll go ahead and just
That's the close the press conference. Thank you so much for coming.